We were asked to study this issue as a result of the 2023 legislation that came through the legislature.
Right now on Apple Valley News Now, live at 6, the Lower Snake River Dam Transportation Study is being shared at an open house right now. Our Dan Hansen will tell you how you can get involved. Plus, all new at 6, the city of Yakima is constructing a new water and wastewater system in one part of town. Then,
coming up tonight, we'll be telling you about a proposition that will be on the August primary ballot that would help fund a new dispatch facility for Walla Walla County.
And taking a look across the region, we see sunshine, but we also see a little smoke lingering. I'll tell you how that'll impact you. The news at 6 starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6 on your side.
And a very good evening. Thank you for joining us on this Tuesday. It is June the 24th. I'm Austin Reed. Wendy Redman is off. First at 6, it is a debate that's been making waves for years. What happens if the lower Snake River dams come down? Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen says WashDOT wants the public to weigh in on what that could mean for our highways, railroads, and freight routes.
WashDOT is giving people a closer look at what could be a major shakeup for transportation in eastern Washington if the lower Snake River dams are removed. The Washington State Department of Transportation is midway through a multi-year study. The big question, how would highways, freight routes, and railroads need to adapt if barges could no longer move goods along the river?
That's exactly what we're here to try to figure out. What we have basically is a model that we've developed that shows how wheat moves into and out of eastern Washington, obviously out of eastern Washington. About 70% of all the wheat that's grown in eastern Washington comes out by barge.
Jim Mayhew, the study lead for the Lower Snake River Dam, says phase 2 of the study is all about possibilities. From safety and logistics to roads, rails, and real-world costs, it's all about listening.
We were asked to study this issue as a result of the 2023 legislation that came through the legislature. So it's legislatively directed, and that started back in 2023.
These open houses don't have a formal presentation. Instead, folks are encouraged to stop by, look at the scenarios, ask questions, and give feedback. WashDOT is holding 3 events in Colfax, Pasco, and Clarkston, and are drop-in style with transportation planners ready to answer questions and take notes.
We're in the process of creating our scenarios right now. So are there ideas on the table from the public that they can think of that might help us kind of build additional scenarios? As I said, we've only got 2 scenarios we're looking at right now. We plan on running 4 total.
WashDOT will continue gathering input through the end of the year before final recommendations are made in 2026. The goal is to be ready for whatever decision is made about the dams. Reporting in Pasco, Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Dan, we appreciate that. Thank you. WashDOT will hold one more open house this week in Clarkston. If you can't attend in person, there's also a virtual open house available online where you can submit your comments through the end of the year. Now to Fire Watch. Firefighters spent the afternoon in the Benton City area working on a wildfire that broke out late this afternoon. This was on Rupert Road, just north of Benton City. The blaze, now known as the Lob Fire, has burned 2 acres, but we're learning it is under control. There was also a request of additional support because some homes and farm animals were being threatened. That request was later canceled. At this hour, some fire crews are still monitoring the situation. A vehicle fire along I-84 near Tower Road in northern Oregon brought multiple crews from Boardman Rescue into action Monday afternoon just after 1 p.m. Firefighters found a car on fire with the flames spreading to nearby grass in the center divide. Brush 81 quickly worked to contain the grass fire while other units focused on putting out the vehicle. Everyone inside got out safely. No one was hurt. The cause of the fire still unknown. In the meantime, we have new information on the Barstow Road fire. Crews are making significant progress on this wildfire, which broke out in parts of both Walla Walla and Columbia counties. The blaze broke out over the weekend and has already burned just over 1,500 acres, according to authorities. No evacuation orders are in place, and the fire is now 93% contained. This number just coming in within the last 30 minutes. Fire officials urge people in the area to remain aware as the fire continues to be active north of Prescott, right off of Barstow Road. Turning now to first alert weather. So we cooled down, we warmed up, and then we're cooling back down.
We were warm, above average for many days. Then we went below average.
Yep.
We hit average. Now we're above average, and we're going back down.
It feels like spring,
average.
but it's summer.
It's a weird summer trend.
Right.
Now, even though the temperatures are going down, those winds are going to pick up tomorrow, which could increase fire danger. Now, let's look at our camera looking into the Yakima Valley. You can see some smoke and haze. It feels clear. I actually could smell some smoke last night. Air quality has been okay, but there's some upper level smoke definitely impacting our area from wildfires all around. 87 degrees outside in Yakima right now. The winds are light at 5 miles per hour. The winds will start picking up there later this evening into tomorrow. Here's that smoke and haze that we're seeing on our Futurecast wildfire smoke map. And again, it's kind of light and it's way up in the hemisphere, or way up in the sky. So it's not really impacting our air quality too bad. We've been seeing some marginal air quality here in Sunnyside between Yakima and Tri-Cities, and a little bit up by Blewett Pass, but overall not bad. We are seeing some breezy and gusty winds. We're going to top out around 30 miles an hour overnight tonight in Ellensburg, much lighter in the Columbia Basin. But as we move along, again, it's still warm, it's still dry, fire danger still high, temperatures still warm for most of us, 80s and 90s. Looking at the rest of your evening, we stay there in the 6 o'clock hours. 8 o'clock, you'll start seeing 70 degrees in Ellensburg, and then 70s by 10 o'clock. For tomorrow, temperatures cool drastically as we're in the mid-90s. Today will be just at 90 in Tri-Cities, 70s and 80s for the rest of the area. And check out those winds. The windiest place here, Ellensburg, where we'll see gusts up to 40 miles an hour. I'll break down the coming days forecast as we cool down and then warm back up coming up. Austin?
Stacey, we'll see in just a bit. Thank you. The city of Pasco is taking a closer look at fluoride in its drinking water. Council members recently voted to launch a study on the effects of removing fluoride, a move sparked by growing health concerns, particularly about children's development. Fluoride has been part of Pasco's water supply since 1998 to help prevent cavities, but some officials now question its safety.
This was brought up 8 years ago prior to me being on council, and they were looking to remove it at that time as well. And so that's where we're at. So last night we discussed some social media and outreach campaign items, such as putting narratives and literature over on the utility bills. We're going to also be calling people, leaving messages. We're going to have a social media posting on Facebook next door. So we're going to get the information out there. There's also going to be a survey.
Councilman Perales also plans to host a public comment session and even go door to door over the next few months. Over in Yakima, the city is working on a project meant to improve conditions for underserved communities. Yesterday, the city started constructing new water and wastewater systems in the northeast area of the city. Water and irrigation engineer Chad Reddick says the new system will be an improvement for residents and that these public services are essential. The project will cost over $2 million, funding that comes from a grant. Work in the south central area of Yakima will begin in October, and the project is expected to be complete by February of next year. Well, primary elections are still a couple of months away, but Walla Walla County dispatchers want voters to know about Proposition 1. It's a measure they say could help save lives. New at 6, Apple Valley News Now's William Albert has the details.
August 4th is Election Day, and for Walla Walla County dispatchers, a lot's on the line. Proposition 1 would create a 0.2% sales and use tax to help 911 operations, improve service, and provide dispatchers with better tools to do their jobs. Westcom manager Esther Click says Walla Walla is actually behind when it comes to funding 911 services compared to the rest of the state.
25 counties across Washington state currently that actually have this sales and use tax. For example, if our residents from Walla Walla County go to Columbia County, they're paying a sales and use tax for 911 operations currently.
Click also says this tax isn't about putting more pressure on local residents.
It's not a tax that is meant to burden our residents. It's a tax that is meant to provide equitable funding and a platform where visitors can also provide funding to the 911 system as well as the residents.
One of the biggest challenges the tax would help solve: outdated equipment.
We have equipment, radio equipment that has been in place since 1997 and has not been upgraded or replaced. So what this new funding model can do is it provides the amount of funds for us to be able to operate, but in addition, it would allow us to update our equipment to a more reliable infrastructure that the citizens can rely on.
Proposition 1 would also help Walla Walla County invest in a potential new facility. This is very important, as dispatch officials tell me that often traffic noise from the street can often interfere when dispatchers are on call.
Located in the center of town, we have a lot of traffic noise. We're located in a facility which was built in 1971.
And if the current funding model continues, Click says the consequences could be serious.
For the current funding model, I can see that we will be severely impacted, and the services and customer service and the experience that people have when they call 911 may be impacted.
But for now, Walla Walla dispatchers just want voters to know when it comes to emergencies, no financial cost outweighs the ability to help those in need. In Walla Walla, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
William, thank you for that report. If passed, the measure is expected to bring in over $3 million a year for emergency communications. Apple Valley News Now, live at 6, is just getting started. Still ahead, a former teen idol has died. Plus,
Do you want any consequences for Israel or Iran for breaking?
President Trump announced a ceasefire via Truth Social last night. How Israel and Iran have responded since then, and what the president is saying today. Plus, live picture from our Skycam network in both the Yakima Valley and out in Richland. Stacy's back with your full First Alert weather forecast. Remember to download our new First Alert weather app as well. Stay with us.
At US Cellular, we created an event to celebrate our customers, like Luana here, called Us Days.
Yeah, they give us special rewards and exclusive deals and everything. It almost feels like we're part of a cool club together.
Sure does.
Slide, connect. Woo, woo, woo. Hug, shake.
Us Days just got bigger. All customers get a free phone with no trade-in.
Visit your Yakima and Tri-Cities Cadillac dealer today.
This summer, big wins come in sevens at Wild Horse Resort and Casino. Get ready for the $100,000 Lucky Summer Sevens giveaway with over $12,000 cash up for grabs every Friday and Saturday in June. The heat is on, and so is the grand prize on June 28th. 3 winners choose 7 cards with prizes. Reveal 7 sevens and instantly win $17,000 cash. Wild Horse Resort and Casino, celebrating 3 decades of fun.
Which automaker employs the most hourly workers in the country? Ford. Which automaker assembles the most vehicles in the country? Ford. That's not a coincidence. It's a commitment. A commitment Ford dealers share by offering employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford vehicles.
Get employee pricing plus 1.9% and $4,500 bonus cash on a 2024 Ford F-150 STX. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Expand your access to library services with the Great Rivers Library Partnership. Get a library card at the following participating libraries. Get your Mid-Columbia Libraries card and unlock access to over 350,000 books across 12 locations. high-quality programs like author visits, performers, and special events, and more. Plus, no late fines. Visit a Mid-Columbia Libraries branch near you for more information, or visit midcolumbialibraries.org/reciprocal.
My feet hurt so bad in the morning, I couldn't even put my feet on the floor. So I built all this together to engineer a solution to my pain. Finally, I went to Good Feet, and they gave me this.
Good Feet arch supports, engineered for pain relief, personally fitted for you.
In a world filled with accidents, the injured look to Mo, because Mo knows these guys are bulldog tough on personal injury and workers' compensation claims. Mo knows you can go to the other guys, but why would you? From back in autumn, bulldog tough.
Throw away your distance and reading glasses. Join Doctors Kopstein and King for a free live webinar this Thursday at noon and find out if RLE is right for you. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
Josh Cobra, First Alert Weather on Good Morning Northwest from Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Your News at 6 continues with continuing coverage. President Trump now in the Netherlands ahead of a NATO meeting, saying the ceasefire deal between Israel and Iran are still in effect, even after saying both countries violated it overnight. ABC's Perry Russom is in Washington, D.C.
President Trump today lashing out at Israel and Iran as the fragile ceasefire agreement shows early cracks.
We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what they're doing.
After Israel and Iran agreed to a ceasefire overnight, within hours, Israel accusing Iran of violating the agreement. Video circulating online shows the moment a missile struck an Israeli residential area, killing at least 4 people. Israel launching retaliatory strikes of their own.
Do you want any consequences for Israel or Iran for breaking?
They didn't do anything. No, they didn't do anything.
President Trump speaking from Air Force One while flying to the NATO summit in the Netherlands. Trump says the ceasefire is still in effect for what he thinks will be a very long time.
As darkness falls tonight, I think we're going to get a real, sense of if this is going to hold or not.
And now sources tell ABC News the military strike President Trump ordered on Iran did not destroy their nuclear program. It likely only set it back by months. A U.S. official tells ABC News last night drones unsuccessfully targeted some U.S. military bases in Iraq. There were no injuries. It's not clear who fired the drones. Iran yesterday attacking American troops stationed at the Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar. Those missiles intercepted with no impacts to the base. Vice Admiral Brad Cooper, who's been nominated to lead U.S. Central Command, on Capitol Hill today.
Iran still poses a severe threat to our troops and to Americans around the world, right?
They do. They possess considerable tactical capability, one element of which we saw yesterday, which we thwarted in defense of Al Udeid Air Base.
That was ABC's Perry Russom reporting. Iran's president today says they will not violate the ceasefire unless Israel does. And the IDF says Israelis can now resume full activity in most parts of the country, a sign that tension is easing. Turning to entertainment news, former teen idol Bobby Sherman has died at 81. He became a star in the 1960s and 70s. He had bubblegum pop hits like Little Woman and Julie, Do You Love Me? His wife, Bridget, announced his death today. Sherman revealed he had stage 4 cancer earlier this year. And Sean Diddy Combs is not planning to testify in his New York criminal trial. A source said Combs' decision not to take the stand in his defense was only recently made. While he could change his mind, the source adds it would be unlikely. Closing arguments could happen on Thursday, with the case potentially going to the jury by Friday. Combs has pleaded not guilty to charges including racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And let's talk about our changing weather pattern or lack thereof. It is changing slightly. This ridge of low pressure has moved out, or this front, I should say. And then we've got a little bit moving in now. A few light showers possible over the Cascades, the Olympic Peninsula up north, but Our area, dry. We're going to stay very, very dry for the next couple of days. Could even see a shower in the Blues and potentially a pop-up thunderstorm in the Wallowas, but everywhere else nice and dry. We are tracking breezy and gusty winds, and we're going to see those winds really start to pick up here in the Yakima and Kittitas Valley tonight, down in the Columbia River Gorge area, foothills of the Blues. As we shift to Wednesday, we'll see those winds really start to pick up after 12 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and it's going to stay pretty blustery throughout the rest of that day. There it is in Ellensburg, and we'll see some pretty breezy winds here in the Tri-Cities area, as well as Hermiston, Dayton, Pendleton, and Hermiston area. So gusty winds for us tomorrow. We're going to be cooling down a few degrees for Wednesday and Thursday. Temperature sliding in right around normal. Then we gradually warm into the weekend, and then we're tracking some triple digits. Let's take a look at our average temperatures for the month of June in Yakima. Most days were above average, even broke a record on June 9th. And then we dipped below the average just over the weekend, starting Thursday of last week. Look at that daytime high on the 21st, first day of June, or excuse me, of summer, 67 degrees. So you'll see that start to decrease as well, with temperatures hovering just below average and then way above average. So it's been kind of a weather roller coaster temperature wise. Also in the Tri-Cities, hitting triple digits for a couple of days, and then those cooler temperatures just last weekend. Here's what it looks like for us. We'll be a little cooler tomorrow, even cooler Thursday, Friday, and then the warm-up starts on Saturday, and we'll really start to feel the heat beginning Sunday through Tuesday. Live look outside, Legends Casino Skycam, the Sternwheeler boat in town, checking things out here. Again, a little bit of smoke and haze in the air, 93 degrees, our sunset tonight at 8:52. Let's talk about temperatures elsewhere. We're already down into the 80s here in the Yakima and Kittitas Valley. We're staying in the 90s so far tonight for the rest of the area, but things will cool down. We'll see our overnight lows dropping into the 50s and 60s. Most of us sliding down into the middle 60s overnight. Here's the 7-day planner. Those breezy winds, as you can see, for a few days. The little bit of a cool down, and then we slide up into those triple digits again. You'll really start feeling the heat up on Sunday and feel it for sure Monday and Tuesday. Here's what it looks like in Yakima. Look for those breezy winds. Enjoy those 80s while they're there. Then you hit the 90s and even triple digits. Going to be pretty comfortable temperature-wise in Ellensburg. However, strong gusty winds will persist there, unfortunately, right on through Friday, elevating fire danger. Walla Walla also looking at some breezy winds with some triple digits possible early part of next week. And here's Hermiston, also seeing 80-degree temps. Enjoy them. Then it's 90s, and then it goes straight to triple digits. So as you can see on that map that I have of the calendar of the month, it's, you know, it's been up, down, up, down. A lot of us have been above average temperatures, though, for the month of June so far.
So we just gotta, I guess, get through the rest of June.
It's summer, and you know, I always think when I start seeing those triple digits, it could be for a while, or it could be for just a couple days.
Yeah.
So we'll keep a close eye on that.
All right, thank you very much, Stacey. Still ahead here at 6, a roof collapses on a grocery store. What officials are saying after the storm when we return with Caught on Camera.
Lifetime Dental is committed to providing the best dental care in the Tri-Cities by treating patients like family, as well as providing a healthy work-life balance for the team. Hear what their doctors have to say.
I think developing that relationship with a patient is where you get the trust. And then with the trust is when you can really kind of build on these treatment plans and provide the best care for them so that the outcome is most predictable and that they're the most satisfied. I think my passion kind of more stems from the problem-solving aspect of dentistry. So I really like getting complex patients that need a lot of different needs and kind of figuring out a plan that incorporates like good dentistry to kind of solve their problems. But I think I just get that emotional recharge from just kind of spending quality time with family. So my 2 girls and then my wife. So we try and get out of the house and get up in the mountains or go to the beach and just kind of do quality things together. And that's kind of where I get my most recharge from, for sure.
Lifetime Dental Care, located at Queensgate, voted best dentist in the Tri-Cities 9 times.
Saved is a lifetime earned. Numerica Credit Union. Money where it matters.
For over 4 decades, the art of fine catering has been perfected by CG Catering in Kennewick. Well known for their luxurious bites, lavish delights, and precision in every portion, CG Catering will grace any event from groups of 10 to 3,000. Meticulous menus with seamless service for all occasions is their tradition. From remote locations to their local event center, repeat clients provide ongoing rave reviews as a testament to the unforgettable memories they have inspired. Call CG Catering for your next celebration.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kind of is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
Your life matters, and there are people ready to listen. Together as schools, law enforcement, faith leaders, and community members, we are committed to making sure no young person feels alone.
Never a bother.
Never a bother.
Never a bother. Never a bother.
Visit neverabother.org for resources and support, and remember, you are never a bother.
All right, check this out. Time for Caught on Camera. A roof collapsed at a supermarket in Madison, Wisconsin on Monday.
That's right. According to firefighters, accumulated storm water and clogged drains on the roof caused the collapse. All customers were evacuated. No injuries reported. Crews shut off power and natural gas lines to inspect the building. The store will remain closed until a full inspection can be done. Save the monster. Save the Monster energy drinks. That's what I was saying.
No comment. A helicopter flipped onto its side after landing in a parking lot near Detroit on Sunday.
That's right. A video released on the incident shows the helicopter reaching the ground and toppling over, followed by a large cloud of dirt surrounding the aircraft. After police received several 911 calls regarding the potential crash, first responders treated the 4 people on board for minor injuries and released them at the scene. I would have to say they were lucky.
Very, very lucky. Everyone else is signing off, but we're just getting started with the region's only live and local news at 6:30 p.m. Up next, city leaders across the state are in Kennewick. We'll take you to the Association of Washington Cities annual conference, and of course, Stacey will have another look at your first alert forecast.
When we come right back.
Jay Dalia, Jessica Jalal, and Josh Colbreth. Good morning, Northwest from Apple Valley News Now.
It's the Click It RV Union Gap Star Spangled RV Sales Event, now until July 6th. Shop new and used RVs from Grand Design, Rockwood, and more. There's 0 down and no payments for 6 months, and the highest paid for your trade-in. It's time for your independence as you hit the road in your RV, camper, trailer, or fifth wheel, and get low American pricing before the tariffs hit. Nobody beats a Click It RV deal. We guarantee it. So get here for the Click It RV Star Spangled Sales Event, going on now through July 6th.
Get ready for a night of non-stop fun with Tommy James and the Shondells. Saturday, October 4th, Legends Casino Hotel. A lifetime of hits with the legendary Tommy James and the Shondells. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and Legends Gift Shop. Saturday, October 4th, Legends Casino Hotel.
It's time. Time to let your soul breathe a little, to feel the sun on your face, and to feel alive again. It's time to dust off the clubs, to treat yourself, and test out your lungs. It's time to get away to the place that's not so far away. Lakeside Coeur d'Alene. Win a dream giveaway at cda4.fun.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. From the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get a 2.99% APR on a 2025 Pilot.
If your bath has seen a lot of life, nobody gives it new life like Bath Fitter. Whatever shape your bath is in, Bath Fitter will transform it with an amazing number of styles and watertight walls that are grout-free and easy to clean. With 40 years of experience, Bath Fitter knows what people want. An affordable remodel that isn't just beautiful, it's guaranteed for life. When it's time to give your bath new life, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Which automaker employs the most hourly workers in the country? Ford. Which automaker assembles the most vehicles in the country? Ford. That's not a coincidence. It's a commitment. A commitment Ford dealers share by offering employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford vehicles.
Get employee pricing plus 1.9% and $4,500 bonus cash on a 2024 Ford F-150 STX. Only at your local Ford dealer.
It's time to lose your generic weather app. Scan this QR code to download the Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app. It's the app you need from the team you trust.
The Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app, only from Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Next DT, Scarlett Johansson's New York takeover with a Jurassic World cast.
This is really happening.
Plus, Bahamas Week continues with reality legend Boston Rob. Next DT.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Right now on the region's only live and local news at 6:30 p.m. Only we are there for day one of a very important conference for mayors and council members alike to improve how they serve you. Plus,
coming up, Findlay School District has changed to a 4-day school week. I'll tell you how these changes will impact its students.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6:30 on your side.
welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining us. The 24th of June now, and we are getting that much closer to the weekend because it's not Monday anymore. It's Tuesday.
There you go. And it's the warmest day of this week.
This week, yeah.
This week. And then we're going to cool down a little bit. Let's take a live look outside right now. This is our Toppenish Legends Casino Toppenish Sky Cam. See a few clouds lingering around. 80s today up there, 87 degrees right now. Winds have been pretty light, but they're going to start picking up a little bit later on this afternoon. Our sunset at 8:52. Humidity there at 22%. Now we're keeping an eye on that in the coming days as the temperatures are going to cool down, but we're staying very, very dry. There's only a slight chance of showers in the mountain areas, but very dry, very warm today through the region. Look at that. Most of us in the 90s, unless you're in the Yakima-Kittitas Valley. We've been seeing a little bit of smoke and haze. Air quality, though, hasn't been impacted. We're seeing a little bit of moderate air quality there in the Sunnyside region, but overall, everywhere else is looking pretty good. Now, we are tracking some breezy and gusty winds. There's the current wind gusts through the region, and they're going to peak out at around 30 miles an hour tonight in Ellensburg. A little bit lighter as you get into the Columbia Basin, and light winds up to 20 miles an hour in the foothills of the Blues. Planning your night out, you're going to start seeing, well, continue to see, I should say, the 80s and even 90s there in Walla Walla through 7. By 9, 70s and 80s, and we'll see finally a little bit of a cool down at 11, but overall a pretty warm night. Now, temperatures tomorrow are going to be dropping a few degrees, right just slightly above average, but closer to the average for this time of year. But check out the wind gusts. We're going to see gusts up to 40 miles an hour in Ellensburg, 25 to 35 for the rest of the area tomorrow. So overall, not a bad forecast, a little bit of a cool down. I'll tell you when we can expect triple digits to return. Austin?
Now to your top headlines. City leaders from across Washington state are gathering in Kennewick this week for the Association of Washington Cities annual conference. Only we were there for day one. The event runs through the 27th at the Three Rivers Convention Center. It is the event for mayors, council members, and city staff, focusing on challenges like affordable housing, public safety, infrastructure, funding, and even the role of artificial intelligence in local government. The conference gives city officials a chance to share ideas, learn from statewide leaders, and bring new solutions back to their individual communities.
It's really important that we are doing everything we can to represent all 281 cities and towns, and that means getting to every corner of the state as often as we can. To be an effective council member or an effective mayor, you need to understand not just what's going on in your community, but what's going on across the state.
During the conference, attendees will also have the opportunity to tour the Hanford site. The Port of Benton is making progress with its plans for a new intermodule facility in North Richland. The facility, which will sit on about 500 acres of land in North Richland, was recently acquired through a land swap with the city of Richland. It's centered around an existing rail loop and will help move freight more efficiently between trucks and trains, helping support local industries and boosting the regional economy. However, port officials say it could be a big piece in bringing more businesses to the Tri-Cities.
And that's really the benefit, is having one of these key pieces to some of these customers. Could be a Walmart or a Target or anything that's looking to really build.
Construction isn't expected to begin until late next year or even around 2027. Well, turning to consumer news, school's out for summer, and while it means fun in the sun for kids, it can also be expensive for parents as they juggle childcare needs. Data shows that costs skyrocket for parents during the summer. Jen Sullivan looks at how much parents spend and ways to help you save.
Year-round childcare costs in the last 5 years have gone up 29%,
according to a recent
survey from Childcare Aware of America. Last year, the average price of childcare was more than $13,000.
Parents are having to juggle their kids being out of school, and now they're not in just after-school care. They're needing care all day long.
And summers can be particularly expensive for parents. Beth Klung-Piable works at Savings.com. She's also a mom and knows firsthand how challenging the summer months can be.
It takes a lot of planning, and if you can do that in advance, then it's really helpful.
Savings.com recently conducted a survey and found child care costs increase over 300% in the summer months for a typical family.
These parents told us that they set aside all year long, so a little bit out of every check goes toward those increased expenses in the summer.
There are a few ways parents can save. Lean on family and friends for help. Many camps offer scholarships. Most public libraries offer free drop-off programs. And check out the programs at your local YMCA. And if you're looking for free activities, most public parks have free splash pads, and some museums offer free days.
Kind of plan around, these are the free events that we're going to load our summer up with, and we're going to have a great time, but it's not going to break the bank.
And if you're looking to do a family trip, Klung-Piable says hotels and airfare tend to be cheaper towards the end of August. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
Other news now. A 3-day weekend sounds great, and if you are a student in the Findlay School District, you are in luck. New at 6:30, Apple Valley News Now's Jake Gable spoke to the superintendent of Findlay Schools District about the new 4-day school week being implemented.
Facing a budget shortfall of $1 million, the Findlay School District is forced to make some tough cuts. The cut, however? Fridays. Students K through 12 will now attend school just 4 days a week.
We began to research it from other school districts that are doing it. We found that there would be a cost savings to move to a 4-day school week, and the idea was really welcomed by the community. It was welcomed by the school board and welcomed by our staff, and so we pursued it.
Shorter school weeks equals longer school days for students. Elementary school will be getting out about 25 minutes later than normal, and high school and middle school will be getting out about an hour later than usual. The district expects to find savings in several areas. This includes salaries of employees, substitute costs, utilities, transportation, and in the food and nutrition department.
So the exciting part about moving to a 4-day school calendar is students actually get more of an education. Our 6th graders to our 12th graders are going to have about 4,000 more hours of instruction because we're taking out the early release Wednesdays, and students are going to be in class until about 3:25 in the afternoon.
As for athletics and after-school activities, they are expected to run similarly to how they normally run on a 5-day week. While practices are expected to start slightly later, there will still be Friday games for sports such as football. Reporting for Apple Valley News Now, I'm Jake Gable.
Jake, thank you for that. The waiver from the state of Washington was approved for 3 years, but Findlay School District will begin to reevaluate how the change is going in spring of this upcoming school year. More school news now. Students in some Yakima, Kittitas, Grant, and Klickitat County schools will soon have access to some new resources. Educational Service District 105 has received a 3-year grant to provide expanded mental health services in the schools it serves. The grant will focus on prevention and early detection of mental health disorders. Brandon Riddle, Assistant Director of Student Support, says the resources will help students be ready to learn.
And that's our ultimate goal, is how to remove barriers for them to be successful in the classroom. We know that math and ELA and all those things are so important, but if kids don't show up ready to learn and in a space where they can learn, whether there's trauma in their past or just things they're dealing with in their life every day, if a kid shows up with food insecurities or dealing with anxiety or depression, they're not going to be the best learner in the classroom.
ESD 105 will collaborate with school districts over the next year to plan out the resources. Still ahead here at 6:30, it's Tuesday. Time now for Fly the Northwest. That's coming up next. We're going to take you along the Palousas rolling highways. And of course, Stacey returns with your full First Alert weather forecast. We'll be right back, everybody.
Jay Dalia, Jessica Jalal, and Josh Colbreth. Good morning, Northwest from Apple Valley News Now.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
The Y Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino, your premier gaming destination. Experience the thrill of a Vegas-style casino featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and unlock exclusive rewards every time you play. Challenge your skills at our 16-lane bowling alley. Unwind with a drink at our cozy bar, or enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the Last Frontier. The ultimate entertainment experience has something for everyone. Nob Hill Casino, where locals come to win.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through June 30th, receive rebates up to $4,500 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air.
In an instant, your world can shatter. At Quantum Legal, we understand injuries can be an immense burden, taking a toll on your body and leaving you drowning in medical expenses. Battling insurance companies without legal representation will make matters worse. We are committed to advocating for your deserved compensation. Quantum Legal, where compassion meets justice.
Throw away your distance and reading glasses. Join Doctors Kopstein and King for a free live webinar this Thursday at noon and find out if RLE is right for you. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
End of spring sale at Queensgate Gardens. 30% off annuals and vegetable starts. Hurry in while we still have a great selection. Queensgate Gardens, where adventure grows.
The 4th of July sale is on now at More Furniture with red, white, and blue savings in every department. Just in time for summer entertaining, family gatherings, and holiday celebrations. During the 4th of July sale, you'll get our very best offer. No money down, subtract the sales tax, and absolutely no interest until July 2026. Plus, you'll get free white glove delivery and will remove and donate your gently used pieces locally. Visit your local More Furniture, where everyone gets more for less.
Welcome back, everybody. Remember the thrill, I do at least, of riding over hills as a kid? Local cyclists are recapturing that roller coaster feeling on the Palousas rolling highways.
That's right. We show you why they call it the most beautiful ride of the year on this week's Fly the Northwest.
rides almost every day of the week. Some of the rides are, real just social rides at a leisurely pace. Some of the rides are swifter and have rides that can accommodate all riding styles. We're heading out down to the Palouse Highway, and we're going to stay on the highway down to Rockford. Then we're coming back up through along the Valley Chapel Road, and there are a few different options, so a lot of times, the group will kind of say, well, let's try this, let's try that. It'll be about a 40-mile loop. Originally I did it just kind of for transportation, commuting, and that, I retired a few years ago, and now it's just strictly pleasure and fitness and being outside, and also meeting and riding with other people with similar interests.
Palouse has rolling hills, and oftentimes you will get into rollers on the highway or on side roads. We call it the Moulter Road Rollers because in a 2-mile stretch there's about 7 or 8 little humps. Remember how when you were a kid, your dad would get on a gravel road and he'd gut it a little bit, you'd go over those rollers, you'd come out off that doesn't happen on a bike, of course, but you get that sense of the roller coaster ride in a way.
Gorgeous place. Any time of year, it's just beautiful.
That right there is why we fly to the Northwest. The group rides nearly every day with options for both social riders and those seeking more challenging routes, and they are always looking for new faces to join their Palouse adventures.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And the next couple of days will be nice in the Palouse. Let's take a look at our weather pattern. Cape and I see this H out here. That's ridge of high pressure. That's moving in. That typically brings with it warmer air, and that's exactly what we're going to start. We're going to see a little cool down. It's way out there. Cooler air, then the warmer air comes with that ridge. Now we do have a few showers Thursday night in Olympic Peninsula, northern Cascades. Not so much here, however, we could see a few thunder showers developing in the Wallowas, but all around, we're going to stay pretty dry going forward. We are going to see some breezy and gusty winds for the next couple of days, and they'll really start picking up tonight here on that I-84 corridor along the foothills of the Oregon Blues, and then spreading tomorrow up into the foothills of the Washington Blues, Cascade Mountains. So think any of those mountain gap regions, that's where we're going to see the winds. But it is going to be a little bit windy in the Columbia Basin of Hermiston and Tri-Cities tomorrow. For most of the day, winds will start to decrease, but look for some breezy to gusty winds for the next several days. But again, picking up tonight and tomorrow. Cooler Wednesday, Thursday, gradual weekend warming, and then once we get past the weekend, triple digits. I put a question mark. That keeps going back and forth, but right now it's looking pretty promising for triple digits. Just like we saw on June 9th in Yakima, we could start seeing those here to round out the last part of June. But temperatures have been kind of up and down all through the month of June for Yakima, and they'll continue to do the same thing as we head into this latter part of June. Look at those triple digits possible on Tuesday. We had a couple of days there at 100 and 103 June 9th and 10th for Tri-Cities, and then we had temperatures go down into the 70s. Pretty rare, below the average. Once again, we see that roller coaster trend continuing with some triple digits possible for both Tri-Cities and Hermiston Monday and Tuesday. Live look outside. It's warm tonight. Tri-Cities, some clouds lingering around as we have some systems once again moving through. And we even had a little bit of smoke in the upper atmosphere around our region, but air quality good tonight. 93 degrees. Our sunset tonight at 8:52. Remember, we start losing daylight once we get past the summer solstice. Now, what I did see on the news earlier tonight is the northern lights are possible once again. However, with these cloudy skies, I don't know if we'll be able to see them in our region overnight. Temperatures around the area 80s and 90s. Temperatures staying pretty warm overnight. Look at Walla Walla only dropping down to 65, 63 in Hermiston and Tri-Cities, 50s in the Yakima-Kittitas Valley. Here's those 90s down to the 80s for several days. Enjoy those. And then we see 90s briefly and then straight to the triple digits. So the seesaw weather temperature roller coaster continues through the area. Look for those breezy winds. Enjoy those 70s and 80s in the Yakima area, or excuse me, 70s in Ellensburg, 80s in Yakima. And then we'll see temperatures flirting with the triple digits on Monday and Tuesday. Here's Walla Walla. staying in the 80s for several days in a row, and then we heat up, get ready for a sweltering heat. Looks like Monday and Tuesday are going to be promising some pretty warm temperatures, way above our average, a good 20+ degrees above for this time of year. But yes, it's been that roller coaster of temperatures, kind of like spring, but yeah, here we are, finally summer. So that's just how it goes.
We'll see what happens. Thank you very much. Still ahead here at 6:30, an orca behavior captured on drone footage. We'll tell you what scientists in Washington State are learning. That's next.
Why do patients and families immediately think of Good Shepherd? They trust our knowledge and expertise. They value the compassionate care we provide. They feel like they are being taken care of by family. From our renowned doctors and top-of-the-line technology to our state-of-the-art facilities, Good Shepherd Healthcare System. Patients first, always.
Seattle-born stand-up comedian and impressionist Adam Ray, live at Legends Casino, Friday, July 11th. Known best for his Netflix special, Adam Ray is Dr. Phil Unleashed, as well as his popular YouTube channel.
If you don't know what Citizens app is, it's an app you can put on your phone that notifies you of all the danger that's lurking. That sounds like fun. Yeah, there's a lot of people cooking for Cocoa Puffs right outside your door.
Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and Legends Gift Shop. Don't miss Adam Ray, live on July 11th at Legends Casino in Toppenish.
An accident can shatter your life. The award-winning team at Tamaki Law can put your life back together.
I'm attorney Jeff Kreutz.
And I'm attorney Megan Changaroya.
Thank you, Tri-Cities, for voting us Best Personal Injury and Best Overall Law Firm.
We are so honored and grateful to serve this amazing community.
If you've been seriously injured, call the law firm that has served Central Washington for 30 years. Call Tamaki Law and get your life back.
Got a family reunion in the works? Make it unforgettable at Beaver Valley Lodge. With cozy rooms, beautiful mountain views, and plenty of space to gather, it's the perfect place to reconnect and make new memories. Book direct with us and get 10% off. That means more savings for barbecues, bonfires, and all those late-night laughs. So skip the middleman and book direct today, because great reunions start with the perfect place to stay. Beaver Valley Lodge. Come as a guest and leave as a friend.
Did you know Tri-City Lumber Company isn't just for contractors? We're your local source for decking, railing, hardware, and more, open to everyone. For over 30 years, DIYers and homeowners have trusted us for quality materials and expert one-on-one advice. Now, under new ownership, we're making it even easier to shop local and build better. Skip the big box stores. Visit Tri-City Lumber today on Clearwater and Kennewick, or call us at 509-783-3322 today.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery, Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
Register today. Register your team for $140. Ends midnight Tuesday, June 24th.
What is trending, you ask? Well, we are here to tell you. Orcas are among the most fascinating marine mammals to study.
That's right. And new research from scientists in Washington State have revealed something unique about the behavior of these killer whales. They may like to groom themselves. Now, a behavioral ecologist was browsing through drone footage of orca pods he studies in the Salish Sea, located in the Pacific Northwest. He found some of the orcas collected a form of algae called bull kelp from the seafloor to roll between their bodies. Researchers called this unusual behavior allokelping. Scientists theorize it's a form of grooming to improve the orca's skin.
And it also could be a way of socializing between orcas. You love orcas, huh?
Love orcas.
Beautiful
animals.
Yeah, for sure.
I have got to see them in the Salish Sea once. I want to go do it again.
It's worth it.
It's worth it.
Okay. Hey, shout out Oklahoma City Thunder fans are taken to the streets. I know some Seattle Sonic fans not as happy.
Okay, well, thousands of fans were in Oklahoma City to celebrate the Thunder's first NBA title. The team's 2025 championship parade kicked off this morning.
And the OKC beat the Indiana Pacers Sunday after an exciting 7-game series.
And hopefully you guys watched it right here on Apple Valley News Now.
Yep, right here on ABC. All right, what do we have next?
Your reason to smile and some treats that we're going to try on air.
Oh, that's right. Stay with us.
This 4th of July, celebrate the freedom to roam with Broadmoor RV, where every mile brings you closer to what matters most. From family road trips to quiet nights under the stars, your next adventure starts here. Proudly serving the Northwest with unbeatable selection, service, and spirit. This Independence Day, go further, dream bigger, and drive free. Broadmoor RV, we make camping fun.
Get 2.9% APR for 60 months on a 2025 Cadillac Lyriq. Visit your Yakima and Tri-Cities Cadillac dealer today.
My name is Michael McDonnell. I am a stomach doctor or a gastroenterologist. I'm also a hepatologist, so I do the liver and then the gut and the pancreas. The colonoscopy is something that we do on a daily basis. We think it's very simple, it's very straightforward, and once you're done, you're going to say, oh, that was no big deal. We find early colon cancer. It's curable. It's easily curable. And I mean really curable.
This summer, big wins come in sevens at Wild Horse Resort and Casino. Get ready for the $100,000 Lucky Summer Sevens giveaway with over $12,000 cash up for grabs every Friday and Saturday in June. The heat is on, and so is the grand prize on June 28th. 3 winners choose 7 cards with prizes. Reveal 7 sevens and instantly win $17,000 cash. Wild Horse Resort and Casino, celebrating 3 decades of fun.
Throw away your distance and reading glasses. Join Doctors Kopstein and King for a free live webinar this Thursday at noon and find out if RLE is right for you. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
Vance Heating and Air has been keeping Yakima homes cool since 1986. If your air conditioner needs service this summer, we'll take $86 off the cost of any AC repair. Don't leave it to chance. Call Vance.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino, your premier gaming destination. Experience the thrill of a Vegas-style casino featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and unlock exclusive rewards every time you play. Challenge your skills at our 16-lane bowling alley. Unwind with a drink at our cozy bar, or enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the Last Frontier. The ultimate entertainment experience has something for everyone. Nob Hill Casino, where locals come to win.
Josh Cobra, First Alert Weather on Good Morning Northwest from Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
And welcome back. Time now for your reason to smile from our friend Dee in Walla Walla. She says this is camelina. It's a crop that they use for aviation fuel. Okay. Interesting. Thank you for that, Dee. QR code, top of your screen. That's the easiest way to get your photo on TV, thanks to our friends at Lifetime Dental. All right, now for my favorite time of the year, June, is cherry season, and I'm going to see if you know the difference. So the dark red one, well, take a bite of the Rainier. This is a Rainier cherry. Take a bite of that, Austin. All right. Don't eat the whole thing. I told you, okay. I had this all planned out. Now you got to spit out the thing. Now take a bite of this one. This is a strawberry Rainier. Okay. And tell me if you can taste the difference. Different flavor, right? Yeah.
This is more sweeter.
Sweeter. Yeah. So strawberry Rainiers. If you can find them, go get them. I know where they're at. Text me. I'll let you know.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. Hoping your news is good news.
Have a good night.